What's up, you guys? This is that guy Sean, and I'm drinking a strawberry apple milk smoothie, which is giving me energy and making me feel better about fucking everything. So I want to talk about recovering from failure, because god damn, I've had so much failure in my life. I grew up really poor. I grew up definitely poor, and when you grow up poor, there's some kind of like this shroud of, like you've already failed. You showed up to the party and you failed. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything. But maybe, your grandparents or your parents maybe made some financial mistakes or had some issues in their lives, and then now, it kind of continues it, and you just showed up to the party. I'm the type of person that, I wanted to distance myself from anything feeling like that. So, I would want to be the funniest, I have the most energy, the best stories, I take the biggest risks, I'm the coolest one to hang out with, so that no one would, I want to take the attention off my shitty clothes and the fact that, I couldn't afford to go to the dances or on the trips that some of the cool kids went to, those fuckers. But, that definitely gave me like an energy. It starts to give you like it starts to move you up. It's like a little positive tornado. And, a lot of people, in the community definitely would come around sometimes and say, like, would see it and go, oh, it's so great, Sean's doing this or Sean's doing that. Keep going, Sean. And there's definitely, I'm very fortunate, definitely many people came around me. Many of my friends' parents were really good to me, and I think they gave me that extra little encouragement that I needed, right? So, moving forward, I was able to go to university. And once I got to university, once I graduated, I thought, well, that's it. Like, I'm never seen as a failure again. I look at what I've done. Look at where I came from. Look at what I did. And then moving forward through my 20s, I thought, well, let's make this even bigger, right? I should get online. I should try to, let's make an app. Let me start my own business. I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire. And I failed. I definitely failed a lot, especially in the last couple of years, and had to start all over again. And starting all over, it actually was not hard for me. There just was no time for me to sit and lower my head. I just had to be really smart. I had to start taking a bunch of jobs again just to get money in the bank and, not completely, right, lose it. Definitely, right? You just got to stay focused. And so that was really good for me, actually. Now, once I do get over that hump and, like, I'm kind of getting back into life, it actually starts to mess with your head, though, because you start to think, well, who am I? Maybe I was always a failure. Maybe it's just showing up now, but it's like, it's in my DNA. I'm never going to escape it. And you start to take failure on as identity. And then it starts to trigger. So like if I meet someone new and all of a sudden they don't reply to my texts, I go, well, there it is. You knew you were a failure. It's just showing, it's being confirmed every time. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy now, right? Now, like, you've got this stench of, now it's like in your eyes. Now you're walking around like, ugh. And when people, when people meet you, they're like, well, they don't want that toxic energy, right? They don't want that. So it can just really become a spiral. And I know for me, definitely, like, I've just had to continue. I had to be open to friends. I had to tell buddies, like, exactly how I feel. I had to be vulnerable. And I needed them to maybe give me a little perspective, right? Like, yeah, you're not a failure. You screwed up. You took chances. And, you're still moving forward. If being a failure bothers you, then you're not the type of person that's a failure because it's bothering you so much, right? There's tons of people that have no goals, and, you could call them a failure. And they go, I don't care. I got the things I do. I'm happy. And who's to say that they're not winners? But, I just know, like, I've definitely had friends, even in my earlier 20s, that I saw, like, in the group, and I saw them doing things, and I saw them moving up, and they had really cool jobs, and, they were traveling, and I was just like, holy shit, look at this guy, right? Holy shit, this guy's fucking killing it. And every time I hung out with them, I would change a little bit, right? Because I would think they're so cool. And then I've watched them also, like, maybe some, big relationships ended, or, some things didn't go well, business ties got cut. And the way that really hit them and affected them, because maybe they were doing so well for so long, their ego, it takes a huge hit. And for me, it was shocking to look from the outside, because I would just say, dude, you're so awesome. This is such a small thing. You're gonna do huge things. Like, in our 40s and 50s, we're gonna be on yachts together, dude. It's gonna be awesome. And them not really being able to get into their head. Well, I hope I did a little bit. So anyway, if you're watching this video is for you. Like, I really think failure is something that you have to shake off, that you have to go, well, look, I'm going to take inventory. What did I do right? What things was I doing right? I definitely took chances, and whatever I did wrong, stop doing the things that I did wrong, right? That was definitely the fuck up. That was the failure. All right, don't do that type of thing again. There, that was the lesson. Now this failure has become a lesson. And you know what? As I've doubled down on what I'm good at and what are the things I have done that are good moving forward, new doors open. All of a sudden, some friends start to message you and start to say, hey, I love this one project you worked on. And you start to realize, okay, there's a different path I need to take. But I think that as far as being a failure, there's just a lot of mental energy dedicated to it. So I have to work at it. So then I have to go like, well, I'm going to go for a walk and be depressed because I'm a fucking failure. I'm a loser. I'm a fucking loser. And you can, I think even looking at me, you can see like, you could kind of see me go either way. You could be like, you could look at me and see like, I could be the kind of guy that's just angry all the time and, just always has a sad story, is always looking for sympathy, right? I can definitely, and God knows there's times when I've gone into that. But I can also be the dude that's super positive, just saying, let's look past this, trying to lift other people up, and that guy's really awesome too. I love that guy. And so I have to move forward to being that guy. And so anyway, if you're on the fence, if you're like me, and you feel like you could go either way, you could go super positive, or you could go like super negative. Push forward, going positive. Tell some friends and try to get some people to encourage you. Oh, God, I hope you have that in your life. And if you could get counseling, if you need counseling, do that. Anything that'll just like get you moving forward again, right? To remember who you are. You're a winner, right? You're someone that takes chances. You're going to do big things in life. Don't let these little fucking failures pull you down because it's all bullshit. All right, most people do not take chances. Most people out there do not put their head out. They do not even want to say something that might be construed as, not the norm or not acceptable. And when you're someone that will put themselves out there, it takes emotional energy to put yourself out there. And if you get cut down really hard, it can just sting. It can really burn. And I've seen people just, oh God, it just really destroys them. And that's just someone that I don't want to be. I want to keep going. I've got a lot more years to go, and I want to do big things despite all my failures, in relationships and friendships and business ideas. There's so many failures, but I truly believe in myself, and I believe while I'm here, I can do some big things, and I can do positive things, and I can do things that are seen as successful. Anyway, I hope that resonates with you, and I hope you guys can connect with it. Thanks so much.